Okay. By the way, if there is anybody else that who wants to join here, so maybe we can call them to come here. Maybe quick announcement, maybe would be nice. Uh, because they might not aware of that there is a session. That's why. Okay. Shall we begin? So, okay. So today's topic is all about how you can come here as a business, start a business, or if you're an existing business, you can also come here and start your business, right? This is the topic. Very quick quiz. Who is an entrepreneur here? Who had an existing business? All right. Okay. Who wants to start a business? Okay. All right. All right. So maybe like 10 and 10. Okay. It's great. It's amazing. So I am a business owner as well, and also I'm a supporter of startups. Um, in many different ways. So thank you so much for um, Venture Cafe for giving this opportunity. So let's kick this off. Yes. Okay. All right, everyone. Welcome to the Go-to-Market Japan, State of Japan Startup Ecosystem. So today will be diving into the topic that getting the most popular among the early stage startups as well. So the topic is actually generally popular with the existing business who wants to come to Japan, but among the startups also getting started popular because of government policies also changes and has started to try to attract the entrepreneurs who want to start a company here. So it's an alternative career choice also. So it's a kind of like one of the major career choices in overseas, but here also start getting popular. So I will try to cover the why the Japan can be an alternative market for startups, and to start a company or come bring here, or as an established company as well, to find a market, resources, and here as well. So I will introduce the overall the market, and we also have some attendees from join online. So those are part of the program of the Venture Cafe and CIC Global Gathering Program, right? So anyways, so my name is Erdinç Ekinci. Guess where I'm from? How do you know? Whoa, like one shot, immediately. Yeah, Torukoju desu. So because the first question I get generally, where are you from and why are you bold? I know, not very necessary, right? I know. So, anyways, I am proudly leading three different entities, which is one is the Open for Co, my company, and Co Capital is coming soon, and it's in a VC, and a Founder Institute. Most people know me from a Founder Institute. It's an accelerator program, and I'm going to introduce very soon. All of these entities based out of Silicon Valley from the US, but I'm operating here in Japan. So last 6 years, and also working with the cross proximity countries as well nearby. My expertise is around like GTM. So do you know what GTM means? Like go to market, right? Anyway, so partner ecosystem development and community building. So I have both advisory and hands-on experience on that. I'll try to and explain what we have done here so far, working with governments, corporate startups, and so on. But predominantly, especially last couple of years, mostly startups, with the accelerator program that I'm running. So it's just such a privilege for me to be here. I really appreciate that. Thank you so much for Venture Cafe team here to bringing me, having me here. So quick shout out, they're gonna have an event. So this is originally planned for the startup that they choose to visit to here. They have a program. So global gathering program. I'm also partnering with them for this event. So more than 500 people are expected to join this event. So you're also very welcome to join. I'm going to give the stage to the Venture Cafe team to explain on this. So you're all very much welcome. It's going to give a stage to a lot of, if you're a startup funder, I guess application is already closed, right? But yeah, it's a great opportunity to come here and talk. In the main stage, it's a very big stage, like over 500 people can join. So what you should aim for from this, let's dive in, okay? So this is me, I really like selfies. I would love to take selfies with you too, here we're gonna provide some basic intro about the Japan ecosystem, how you can start or enter, further resources that you can check your own. I'm just going to show the screen that you can take a screenshot or take a photo if as you wish. We can also give you this recording. So I will do my best to connect with my own personal experiences, and it's not going to be full in depth, just basic level, right? So I'm trying to make it not boring as possible because it's really heavy business topic actually. So that's why I try to put some emoji. So here's a quick disclaimer. So I have to say this one, unfortunately, I'm trying to launch a VC. So this event is information purpose only and not a solicitation or endorsement of any investments. Investing involves high risk, and please consult professionals. Opinions are my own. Done. Okay. So also this is a webinar, kind of like a MVP version. So I'm not gonna do more stuff than that. I'm open to collaboration. So if you want, we can definitely do it together. That's timing. So general agenda is just like this, like Japan startup ecosystem intro, major players, and actionable strategies, and wrapping up with some stories. And open mic, we're gonna have an open mic, so you can come on the stage and talk. If I can manage time, of course. So what I'm doing, like in a little bit more in depth. So my mission to inspire individuals to tackle significant challenges through the practical application of science, design, and engineering, promoting entrepreneurship. This is my job, like in promoting entrepreneurship, advocating entrepreneurship, then establishment of businesses to help them to go global and go global. And I provide advisory to enterprises, governments, and so on, and Japan, Korea, Taiwan, nearby other countries. I successfully launched and brought Founder Institute Accelerator program here in Korea and Taiwan later on. It's because it's related about topic, that's why I'm explaining. So it's all about the GTM, right? So I have first hands-on experience here to do so. And all right, let's get started. So those are the organizer companies, which is my own company. Open4Co has originated in the Silicon Valley, have startups to build and boost traction with platform and marketplace combined with the training programs that started 5 years ago, fully bootstrapped. Be happy to build partnerships, build a partner program around your business and so on. So it's fully bootstrapped, and now we come to some level that is we can even have other companies with equity partnerships to invest them and so on. So it's also function like if you're a startup, it's also a function like a traction validator. You can go to your investors and show that your company is not a sleepy company, right? So, and the Co-Capital is coming soon, which is a pre-seed GTM bootcamp plus VC that builds a flywheel ecosystem and supports startups to build, train with partnerships and globally, and boost their growth as an VC. So GTM fund, GTM VC, okay, in short. So we're happy to be go global and then provide support. And that's it. So, and we have a program. Please check it out. It's free, really free. Can you believe that? It's free. Why am I doing this? So, again, it's for boosting your traction or building a traction, help you to build traction. And we provide everything. Like we teach you how to fish, gears, equipment, platform, marketplace, like free. Something was wrong with me, I guess. Like, why free, right? So and there's a catch. It's not a catch. You make money, we make money. That sort of things. Deadline is February 16. You can check it out. So next event is going to be, we're going to have I just started with kind of like video podcast that Ray-san is also doing. Like, I inspire from you. Thank you so much. So, but I do it on Zoom because I'm too lazy. So, so next event going to be one of my friend and VC who is exited from, he's from Switzerland, but Austria, living in Austria. And all right, so another organizer is the Founder Institute. Most people know me from FI. So it's the world's largest pre-seed, earliest stage accelerator program. So is anyone joined an accelerator program before? Just curious. One, oh, that's great. Alchemist, right? What is the name of the accelerator program you joined? What was the name of the accelerator program you joined? So it's not based in here. Oh, it's different, I see. All right, so accelerator programs are getting popular in Japan. When I got started here, like 6 years ago, there wasn't that much actually. So I decided to bring my to here. So we also like we're in the both side of the table, which we help startups to launch companies. We also help investors to launch funds as well. We are in the world's biggest in both sides. As you can see some numbers, 8,000 companies. On the side of the VCs, we'll have launched more than 550 funds, raising $1.5 billion in the last 4 years, and so on. Anyway, enough for self-promotion. I know. So the new batch, if you're entrepreneurs, you go consider, you can apply. And it's application only, deadline is, I cannot see this again. So early deadline is March 23rd, 2025. So coming soon, right? Okay, let's get started. So, okay. So, first we're gonna have a look to the overall Japan ecosystem, right? So these are the chapters of this. We have just 5 chapters. I'm gonna go quickly. So let's start with the chapter 1, which is the introducing startup ecosystem outlook. So, okay. I'm gonna talk a little bit, give some data. Okay, so I'm gonna make it even more boring. Okay, sorry for that. But it's what it is. What can I do? You know. So okay. So first off, the growth of I'm gonna give a quick mention the startup when VC deals happening here in Japan. So the growth of startup deals in Japan from 2013 to 2023. This is the available data I find. So it shows that increase in the both numbers of deals and then their total values. This is positive, right? Very positive actually. But it's not all about you get funding or not, but it's an important factor to see that the ecosystem is hot, right? It's what. So over the decade, the total value grew significantly, reaching 7.4 billion USD in 24, before declining slightly due to overall monetary tightening starts from the 2021 crisis. And the compound growth rate of this is the 25%, which is really significant, honestly. It's growing. So domestic startup fundraising also increasing as well. This is the half-yearly chart. So this chart shows that how much money startups in Japan have raised every half of the year, from comparing from 14 to 2024. You can see this steady climb over the years. There is some bumps and downs for sure. If you're interested, you can check more. I'm gonna go quick. And the average median fundraising value also overall increasing actually. Okay, so and then this is very interesting data, but I was able to find this until 2021, this data. So research and development budgets versus VC investments is not it's similar. I mean, it's not matching. So one of the issues here, like technology, mostly in the universities here, is one of the highest in terms of the tech advantage, top number 4 per GDP R&D expenditure, but the VC investments is it's literally on the floor. So it's not, it shouldn't be like this way, right? It means it's a clear sign that it doesn't get out from the university to get real market. The commercialization is kind of issue. So, and if you look at underlying issues, there are many issues. Okay, so Tokyo is actually ranking in science and tech in the university's perspective is the highest. Can you believe that? So, but as you can see in the real life, it's not that implemented, right? Integrated. So, but in terms of venture capital, 2021 data, 21st. All right. So unicorn potential. What if we could just actualize the unicorn potential of like similar productivity of the major tech hubs like San Francisco, for example? We will be able to create 190 unicorn companies. Can you? Huge. So we are not able to. We're underutilizing this. That's sad. But why is this related to you? Most of the foreigners, right? Which is you can fill in the gap. Opportunity. You smell that? It smells the opportunity, right? I mean, for me, I don't know. Like, I'm happy to help if you want to. Like, we want to really be committed to create a unicorn company at least in next 5 to 10 years horizon as an accelerator program. And so here are some unicorn startups. I know it's highly debated, right? I'm pretty sure that most of you can debate. This is not a startup. Okay, they can't. It's like Rakuten is a startup, but it's public. They can't. Like you might be not be agree. So that's why I write there like or was a startup. So I mean it's not that much to clear the data out there. It was so hard to find even this unicorn started to define that. So these are some snapshots on that. I mean snapshot. It's increasing, right? So one of the most recent deal. It's also debatable, like is it a unicorn or not? Which is the Sakana AI. The AI is getting hot, right? AI and semiconductor getting so much hot. So here are some examples. You can also do the same. Foreign startups who successfully entered the Japan market from their earliest stages. That's important. What does it mean? It's from Series A. You know, Series A means it's not that late, actually. It's still at an early stage startup. It doesn't indicate the time, but it indicates our early stage in terms of funding and development stage. pretty good. Like some of the most well-known startups or was able to get in here very early stage, but with the right partnerships. The core keyword there is the partnerships, right? So let's have a look at chapter 2, the ecosystem players. I'm going to be introducing you what are the core ecosystem players. Of course, I put my logo there first, you know. Come on. So joke aside, you know, we are I aligned this chart based on the earliest stage possible support system, legitimate worldwide know programs out there. Um, you might not be able to find our list in some of the lists out there because we don't provide the investment terms initially. So, but we facilitate this collaboration environment that you will probably get a funding. So if you look at the data, it's like almost half of them able to get funding, our startups who join our programs. So we don't provide direct investment, but we facilitate this ecosystem. So fundraising our organization, you know, in terms of pre-seed, Antler is of them, and seed focus is 500 tech startup book, and also Alchemist, Berkeley, Skydeck, and so on. Plug and play, invest in a variety of positions, and so on. So here are some foreign incoming startup friendly VCs. So you might be curious, right? Are you curious? Who are these startup? The venture capitalists who invest into you guys, right? You want to enter here, right? You want to enter here, right, guys? Right? This is why we're here. So obviously, some of them like very late stage VCs, like SoftBank and stuff like that. But there are the foreign friendly, extremely early stage funds as well. So for example, Incubate Fund, East Ventures, and so on. For example, Social Ventures is a really interesting story here because these kind of companies, and go back right now, mostly coming from Social Ventures portfolio. Huge shout out to them, respect them, and love them so much. It's late stage VC focusing on the GTM focus. So to bring into here, they invest you and bring in here, but being able to get, that's why they have that tight criteria. But it's amazing. You search their name, you will find a lot of contents. Pretty doing great job. Based it's a kind of like bridge fund between Palo Alto and Tokyo, Silicon Valley here. So okay, large enterprises who is foreign friendly. Again, take my my suggestion with a grain of salt because you know what I mean. Is anyone here like coming to Japan like first time, like anyone who is older than 1 year to come in Japan? Sort of from English, but you got my point, right? More than 1 year? In Japan, more than 1 year. So majority of you earlier than 1 year. Wow, that's interesting. Wow, that's amazing. So this is important for you to really get to know these companies because you will probably get into if you're looking for a job or if you're looking for a company as a partner, PoCs, stuff like that, get investment, so on. Most foreign friendly ones, according to my experience. So yeah. Anyway, let's go. So CVCs, you know, CVC means like corporate who also has a fund. Japan is a CVC happen, guys. It's really heaven for CVCs. What does it mean is Japan is hosting over 200 active corporate branches at the time with CVCs. A sharp raise from the 42 in 2013. In a single year, 142 new funds were launched at the time, which highlighting the growth of trends of corporations investing in innovation. All right? So total CVC's capital raise surged from $140 million in 2013 to $3.4 billion in 2024, almost 25 times. Oh my God! So it's pretty sharp decline. It's pretty getting popular, and also one of the another category of popularity is getting popular is they are launching separate funds to be able to like independent funds as well. What CVC means that you can also compare here with the difference there. I'm not going to go into too much detail, but they generally seek a strategic alignment between you. So it's a collaborative capital, all right? But there are a lot of horror stories. I'm not going to tap in here because I'm here to, you know, I know. So appreciate you, perhaps. I know there are a lot of challenges, but, you know, you should try, come on. It's not that bad. So, so I'm not going to talk about this. If you were interested, we can talk later on offline. So basically, they seek this strategic alignment. You can see here the architecture of the deals is a bit different. The LPs different, right? They are the one who own the LPs. The goals are a bit different. But the benefits of the startups, maybe I should tap in here a little bit. VC provides money network and scale expertise, a little bit more independent. But the CVCs are they're deep into their own industries and they have a huge network. It can be very useful, market knowledge and deep into the market, brand reputation, network, and that sort of thing. But it needs to be executed very well. So again, long story. So anyways, here are some of the Japanese CVCs. There are many of them, so I just try to put as much as possible the familiar ones. Try to put here. Let me check my time. So, okay. So it's also increasing. This is what I'm trying to say. So it's the you just take a photo. That's it. So you couldn't match. I got it over here. So I'm on the venture capital VC and the corporate CVCs are investments in Japan. The first quarter of 19 is third in the quarter of 2024, and by type, and so on. So let's have a look at the government organization and cities. You probably see them on the social media, especially this Shibuya Startup Support very active and TIB very active and so on. And general startup supporters, Jetro, Nedo, JICA is one of some of the most common ones that I also personally collaborate all of them before, but in different capacities. Anyways, so city-specific startup programs just like this, if you're targeting, there are much more than them, by the way. And they generally tends to be foreign friendly and so on. And okay, startup communities. Of course, I put my logo also there. Why not, right? So, so Venture Cafe, the first logo here. You should close you guys. And it's GIC, of course. We've got a second logo. And most of them are here pretty supportive and generally 70% foreign-led. So you can easily collaborate. So if you need any support, just go and talk with them. You connect on LinkedIn. Say that you know me, all right? This is this bulk guy, FI guy just said. So you're gonna get connected. So Tokyo AI is very interesting. If you're interested in the AI stuff, like they're popular right now. A lot of new members doing a lot of events. Jetro supported them a lot. So, anyways, Tokyo Startup Lunch. If you're looking for small communities, every Tuesday lunch is a lunch club, like taberu, tabemono. It's a lunch, hiru gohan, right? Hiru gohan. Yes. Okay. Sorry for my Japanese. All right. The chapter 3. We're gonna have open mic sessions, so bear with me. So the Japanese ecosystems, unique sites. I'm gonna brag about Japanese ecosystem here. Okay. Okay. The first is obviously the fourth largest ecosystem. It dropped from the third. It's okay, still big. So 29 in the digital competitiveness ranking. The number is low, right? 29, but it's an opportunity for you. That's why I should put it here. So potential for SaaS market growth because there are a lot of emptiness opportunity zones exist, so you can also aim for it. Huge FDI investments, foreign direct investments exist. SaaS adoption is 49%. It has for me, like giant market, like blue ocean. But yeah, anyway. But it's hard to sell. I'm gonna share some tips. How the industries are like obviously AI. Like everything has it's just like electricity. Like everything has an AI right now, so it doesn't that much define. But semiconductor is huge right now. So again, you might be hearing a lot of news, right? Kyushu region, many stuff going on in media and things like that. Biotech, pharma, all the like deep tech, pretty good. New materials, space, obviously, and then interesting in creative industries. The famous Silicon Valley Midas list, the VC recently launched a article. You should go and check it out. That one. Manga Eating the World. That's the title. Manga Eating the World. Just read it. Okay, you're welcome. So evolution of the startup ecosystem here. So pre-19. I know it's gonna be pretty boring. Like in a short, key takeaway is that Japan ecosystem is evolved very significantly. That's my conclusion. Traditionally, from the rigid, risk-averse things as actually coming behind, we are leaving behind. It's now thriving ecosystem that innovation friendly. You can hear from the boardrooms a lot innovation. We should do something like a lot of things you can say. Luckily, it used to be not like this. Like 6 years before, it wasn't like this. All right. And labor mobility also getting increasing. VCs are increasing activities and so on, raising a lot of money and so on. So yeah, this is like the SPOT of Japan in a nutshell. So strong economy, good tech units, government support increasing. But weaknesses are risk aversion is still it's one of the biggest problem. Risk aversion, but we're gonna overcome. It's gonna take time, and then when the generation passes, things increases. You know the reason, right? So, so funding also limitations also exist, but there is a room to grow, as I mentioned before, and so on. So there is an opportunity zone is actually the global growth, deep tech, and corporate collaborations are a lot. So, and the threat is regional competition increasing, economic resistance, slow innovation. All right. There's some ecosystem challenges. Fragmentation and silo type of things a lot. So, but again, I should not talk more about the technical challenges anymore. So, so what do the foreign companies tends to misunderstand in Japan? It's not a quick place to get in. Sorry, I really want to talk positive on that, but it's not that easy. But new things that we are talking right now, right? I'm introducing is actually it's getting a lot easier, right? Yeah. So it's a lot of room to grow if we can really collaborate. We are trying to build this collaborative environment that we can all partner and then help you to get into here, right? I'm going to also a little bit show about the visas and stuff like that. So English proficiency is not that good. As obviously decision making speed is so slow. So don't expect this. Everything you see in there. Universal technology adoption is kind of falling behind. So if you're thinking about that, you have something for one size fits all. So it's wrong to be targeting here. But there are some examples, benchmarks that case studies that are able to succeed here without making so much localization. Okay. So if your expectations can be go wrong, which is cultural sensitivity, long-term perspective, they're looking for from you, and this is what they're expecting from you, and demonstrating the value. So they really, excuse me for my language, but they really hate the bullshit. So you should not be bullshitting. Okay, you should be giving the excessive amount of value and high quality and superior technology, superior communication, everything. The expectation pretty high. But isn't it a good thing, right? So again, the customization they're expecting and tailoring customization, they want you to be a skin in the game. Like they really want you to be all in, right? If you can really sustain this, you can succeed. Okay, so coming to the end, bear with me, right? Actionable strategies to enter Japan. Let's go. Welcome to Japan, right? Haneda? No, Narita? I don't remember. Anyway, so okay, you can utilize us. Okay, it's not a self promo, guys. So you need to really, apply. So we choose people who apply, but you have my likelihood to get into the programs like this. You can, if you're a video or estate startup, you should definitely use accelerator programs. Please use it. So incredible amount of support that we provide. Network, more than 200 mentors in this region that we have. So they all hungry to help you. Okay, so also you can, if you're a little bit later stage, you can make strike joint venture partnerships, but it's all about the really partnerships. Then you can make the utilize the partnership more simple way. Not doesn't have to be like strategic partnerships level, right? And resellers and distribution also one of the most important thing you can utilize. I have a program for this teaching only partnerships perspective, so you can go check it out my social media or on LinkedIn. We can exchange name card and stuff, and so on. So as a summary, it's like you can really feel the gap that Japanese companies are lacking of. So that could be one of the earliest opportunities, simplest opportunity that you can be filling the gap. Uh, that, but you need to be create the market awareness and educate the audience and the customers and decision makers. Those are the challenges. It's not that easy than the other counterparts in the overseas. Yeah, so domestic startups can be might not be able to fit in that gap, so you can. That's my message. So advantages for foreign startups, like again, you localize a solution, you can enter here, could be an alternative strategy for you. But and then you have a speed. So this is something that is kind of lacking, but you can really utilize this well. But if you pair with a superior strategy, well execution, and then these are the recipe for success, in my opinion. Um, okay. So what is the advantage for you? Why I'm trying to convince you to come here, right? As a start a company, coming here. So it can be really huge validation for you. Number one, right? Um, also, I I mean, there is a kind of I think it's a cliche, but it's true because that's why it's become a cliche. If you can make it in Japan, it's really good validation for you. That's my uh, um, uh, message in here, right? Anyways, I think I should not get it because I really want to open the session, so I'm not going to that much dive into here. Uh, but what I want to say in the importance of localization means you really need to respect the culture here and then a little bit localize and align your product services or at least the communication if you really want to all in here. It might not be your highest priority because and for our case, we prioritize the companies who wants like English on the website is English, everything like high speed, like global audience. But you can also utilize if you want to be all in. This is a part of your if this is part of your strategy, you should be like localized, language wise, contextual wise, and you should be working with the professionals, natives who want that. But if you're looking for quick entry, which is I'm going to show you, you can use the foreign-friendly ecosystems like I talked today, right? As a sandbox. You know, sandbox means in a way children playground if they fall down, so this is protects them, right? So in that sense that I'm trying to say as an analogy, you can use the foreign-friendly ecosystem like ours or communities to enter here smoothly. I know it might not be enough with sufficient resources and market for you, but yeah, it works. So it's for my case, I brought Open for Co and Founder Institute, and now recently Co Capital, right? So these three different brands, and I'm not even including the clients, startups, the government programs, anything that I did as a like projects and stuff like that. I'm not even including them. Uh, According to my experience, like I always use the foreigners. So, for example, LinkedIn, you should be using it. I know most people say most people don't use Japanese don't use LinkedIn and stuff like that, but actually it's pretty useful. Even though just 3 million people users they have, extremely useful. Everything I have done is on LinkedIn actually. My entire CRM is LinkedIn, right? So most of you actually I know from LinkedIn. I send the events and do that kind of things. So uh, I would like to finalize with the partnership angle, which is the partnership, the keyword. But I'm not saying that in a way that is, you should be seeking deep joint ventures, boring. Should I bring my lawyer level partnerships? I'm talking in a way that is very simple partnerships. Okay, so there is something called market point of contact partners. Basically, you find a friend in in a your dream market that friend supports you with internal information. Whenever you need, you can call, ask opinions and stuff like that. So it's a very simple way of partnering, actually. So, again, I'm trying to make the topic as relevant as possible to the early stage possible. There is a lot of other things. If you're a little bit more like seed level, maybe you might want to seek the POC projects. I mean, you should be seeking on the pre-seed too, but there has to be companies who already have existing systems and programs like that. Anyway, what does it mean partnership means 1 + 1 equals more than 2, right? So there has to be add value to your partner. It's not only about for big companies, it's about it's also really useful for even idea stage startups, right? Um, it's not very strategic though. It can be really practical. Every day you can strike partnerships, collaboration. You can come up with a collaborative idea that you can be get traction of your business and so on. And startups can utilize for especially GTM is very extremely useful. For Japan case, of course, and you can also check out our platform. We will put together a marketplace that companies are open for collaborations. You can check why they're open, what kind of programs they have, over DTS. So you can also, in a couple of clicks, you go good to go. You can strike partnership with the big companies as well or the startups as well. So we make it so easy for you and free. Come on, just do it, right? Like everybody has a phone, right? Just do it. This is my daughter. All right. So, anyways, so this is if you can utilize partnerships, we make it easy, and we also teach you how to do. So one of the most important things, what is in it for them, right? So there is the companies that are open for collaborations for also in Japan as well, and they have programs, they have POC things. But what if your product is not that ready? What if that your messaging is not resonating with them, right? So we happy to do that. So So you need to be really laid down what they want. Now, we use a lot this in terms of explaining the spectrum of the collaborations. So, for example, Risa, now you're hosting the kind of video podcast, right? So this is like actually a type of a typical collaboration project, actually. So I see this kind of things a lot trending. So especially content partnerships, putting together one research report that, for example, I'm going to do this one the same because this kind of I want to extend this research. I mean, a presentation. So I'm going to ask people to collaborate on this. So maybe I can feature them. We can build a relationship. It's very good, practical sense. Very good, very useful for practical way of building relationships. In Japan, relationships is very important. Relationship building. So and collaborations are a nice excuse, right, for doing that, right? So again, equity zone, hard strategic partnerships, lawyer stuff. It's in the end of the spectrum. So you should not be stuck in with the hard part of it. So there is the easier transactional everyday collaborations like definition partners exist. Again, it's all about what's in it for them. You need to be providing them an ask and offer, right? We teach you that and define some partners, define some perks to your collaborators so they can easily collaborate with your partner with you. So we teach you on this again for free. So what the MPC partnership means I just mentioned before. This is the most important thing about the partnerships aspect that for today for GTM focus, because for example, if you want to enter the Dubai market, you can find a friend there, they can help you out. You can get the insider internal information from the market. Okay. Okay, so those are the final steps that explains how you can enter the Japan market easily. You can find a point of contact partner. I can be yours, for example, if you're just visiting here. I do serve like this point of contact partner just for French purpose. It's a collaboration for me. Step 2 is join or build a community. Again, you can do with us. Find your local partners. Again, you can do with us. And make collaborations with the target customers to build the relationship, like a PoCs and stuff like that. You can also do, again, you can also leverage Japanese investors to get into the Japan market also. I was giving an example of the, what was the name? I forget the VC that I was, Sosa Ventures. So this is a good example of the VCs that you can collaborate to be get into the market, but they can be very selective. So I think I'm not going to get into the POC part because you know what definition is. Anyone who doesn't know, like we can, I'm not going to make a public shaming. Anyone don't know POC? Public shaming. I get you. So anyways, it means proof of concept. Basically, doesn't have to be your real end product, but it's a project that can be a little bit customizable to prove your business model, your startup works. POCs are very popular in Japan because corporations are eager to collaborate with you, all of you, right? There has to be real common ground like this, like proper common ground to do that. There are a lot of cultural business factors involving to help ease these challenges. That's why it's very popular POCs. There are also practical benefits. You know, it provides a tangible proof. Alignment with the business practices also. There are many reasons again, and a customization usability for them. It's also kind of like an alternative way of procurement for them, but it's getting popular. You know, there are again a lot of room to grow. Yeah, just you can take a photo just later because I really want to open the thing. Hey, you can also utilize the initial hirings again as easy as possible. You can utilize contractors to here or country managers or local leaders. You can call it this way or advocates of your product in Japan market. You know, communities like our community or popular event series. Now even podcasts are doing here this kind of local leadership thing. For example, all in podcasts doing some events here. Startup communities also doing. So you can also utilize that kind of things here. You don't have to hire. You know, you don't have to hire. You can just contractor or make a local leader or a contractual partnership you can make in order to just enter a platform here. Like you need to have roots in the ground. Um, anyways, again, I should not do it. So okay, let's finalize this. Finally, if you're curious about visa, you can get a snapshot here. So there are multiple visa options available. I know they are not like super uh, long, just starting from 6 months. Um, but there are new options that are coming up, right? One of them is the startup visa. I guess the most common visa is the highly skilled professional visa. This is what my wife was getting, coming to Japan. But you don't have to find a job. So if you're a startup founder, you can utilize the startup visa. A business manager visa also a really common visa type for common startups to enter here. And if you're an investor, a business manager, you utilize this too, and so on. So there is also self-employed visa comes out, for freelancers. So it's getting popular. This is why I message. You can also Google it always. You can also ask. I'm not an expert on that. I just want to for your convenience and bring your agenda. You can have a look if you're looking for. And let's share off some friends who has providing really great information about the startups and the community because you want to know the market, right? You should know the market, obviously. So Disturbing Japan is pretty good podcast and good content. Scaling Japan, shout out. Where are you? No, he was here, right? No, okay, anyways. Scaling Japan. Come on, man. He's not here. Anyway, Tyson Batino. Yeah, he's one of the team member. He was here actually. Yeah, anyways, Gaijin podcast is also pretty useful. But my favorite among them is the Scaling Your Company, Scaling Japan podcast. Is pretty useful information because I also get featured at it. If I would endorse get featured in Ray podcast, I will also put here. Next, right? And wrapping up with some existing things. All right, so I'm an expat, a prod immigrant here. Came here 6 years ago. That's my story. And everything I tried to build here, tried to launch here, was my own problem and the problem of the other foreigners and friends and stuff. So I wasn't able to collaborate with anyone, honestly. I was actually have experiences on launching and failing companies, but it was a really foreign market for me. It was very challenging. I wasn't able to find a community right before COVID became, and then COVID came, we just everything black out. So we decided to build a community instead, right? So we couldn't be a part of this because we couldn't find it. So we decided to make online events first, community, and then in-person events and so on. So I wasn't able to be part of community, so we built one, but I wasn't able to get into an accelerator because I just couldn't find a proper accelerator at that time, like 6 years ago or 5 years ago also. And then our model, because I was kind of outside and an underdog, I don't think that we could even get it. I actually applied some of them, but they didn't even reply. So maybe they don't even know how to reply. That's the reality. So we built one. So we brought one here, right? So now I was also struggling to make fundraising actually. So we decided to build one. So step by step. So if this is your problem, this also can be your solution. It can be useful for everybody. So this is like this. I would like to ask your opinions, and I would like to ask your experiences to come into here. This topic is not like bringing a company here. It's like your experiences. You're an expat, or you wants to come to here. Like, who wants to come live in Japan? Anybody? Why? No, I'm just joking. Are you guys okay? Seems like maybe evaluating. Okay. First off, any questions so far? We have like 10, 15 minutes. We can open the mic now. Any questions? You can come here. You can introduce yourself. You can also have a question. Questions so far? Okay. Should Mike, how we can give the mic? Because the people joining from online as well. That's why we need the mic. Sorry. Let me see. Oh, pretty a lot of people online too. Almost 40 people online. 29 people, sorry. すごいな. Okay. All right, question.
Hi. My name is
Hello.
Salima. I'm an exchange student in Yokohama.
Yeah.
So my question for you is, why did you come to Japan? What's the reason?
Oh my God, that's hard. Okay, this is the answer.
Congratulations.
Romantic, because of romantic reason. Actually, not only marriage. She's not even Japanese, you know. It's a foreigner. Also have a lot of problems, like challenges. I mean, similar challenges. But she was like earlier, 5 years earlier than me to come here. But we actually we met in the U.S. In a hacker house that owned by the Japanese owner who has four kids. We were living like 15, 20 people in the same house in a bunk bed, and she was charging like $1,500 for a bunk bed. But anyway, this is Silicon Valley, right? So I guess I love that. So we met there, and it was Japanese community. I find some customers to come here. So, I realized that, my solution can be very useful for a Japanese enterprise, rather than I struggle. I literally bankrupt in the US. I go there, as I'm Turkish, right? I go there for a project, I'm bankrupt, literally, like financially also. I find customers there, and then I find her also, our relationship start. That's why we decide to try here. So kind of mixed business plus. So I didn't come here for looking for a job, but I thought I could make more money, which it worked well, you know. But it didn't make our startup with a very high growth, company, because we didn't get funding either. Fully bootstrap. Yeah, basically like this, you know. Or there are people who is expert in this topic. Any advice, Evan? Would you like to like give some like quick advice?
Which topic?
Um, which topic? Who's talking about? Can I?
I don't know. I just
Hi, you.
give
Okay.
me the
Sorry.
mic, so now I guess I have to speak. Hi, everybody. I'm Arthur. I'm an exchange student also. And I mean, what else do you want to know about me? I mean, no, I'm kidding. I'm studying architecture, and so maybe my question is maybe more related to that. Like, have there been any firms with like an architectural background that have come to seek investment, like in your experience?
In Japan, you mean?
Yes, in Japan.
Uh, Architecture solutions.
Yeah, something like that.
Not from Japan, from US, and for my own country also had. Yeah,
Mm.
there
So,
were some solutions.
what's your experience with that in the U.S. specifically, then, if you have some
No,
experience?
those are. It was just accountancies. It's not. We didn't get into the project. We just exchange, make a couple of meetings. That's it. But yeah, but their solution became obsolete because of the AI. They need to pivot it because they were trying to do something like interior design, automated interior design program system that users need to do. But now AI comes on, you show the pictures, and you can do the design easily as well. Evan, would you like to also give the other people to Mike? Would you like to add some comments? Oh yeah, why not? I would like to introduce to Evan. So Evan is one of our mentors at the Founder Institute program and a friend of mine. Uh, yeah, yeah. Thank you so much. And been living here a pretty long time, like over 20 years. Like,
Next week will be 22 years.
oh,
So yeah, it's
so
been a little while. I don't know if that's worthy of applause, but yeah. So my name's Evan. I've helped several Silicon Valley and Israeli companies enter the Japanese market. So I've run the whole go-to-market function, everything from spinning up the initial team, creating the entity, running marketing and sales, and so on. And in between, I've done several startups of my own. So I'm on number 4 right now. Quick shout out, okay? Kimaru AI. We just graduated from one of those accelerator programs, the Alchemist Accelerator, and we had our demo day just a few weeks ago. So if anybody has any questions, one thing that I thought when I was looking at the slides there is that it was a little bit high level in terms of the types of structure that's available for entering the market, but not really the tactics per se. So what I've always really focused on is like, how do you actually sell in Japan? So if anybody wants to know how to run a direct sales function or run marketing functions and that kind of thing, ask. You've got 4.5 minutes. So maybe open it to everybody else.
Sure, if you know, if you're interested in this topic, you can raise your hand.
And of course, come and ask afterwards as well. We're going to run out of time here pretty quick, but I'm just going to give the mic to you, and then you can pass it to anybody else.
Does anyone want to like ask?
By the way, Bench Cafe team, I think I shout out the event, but would you also come at the end about inviting people about the thing? Couple of minutes later. All right. Going back to topic. So, making sales in Japan, right?
I already spoke though. He had a question. Yeah, he already.
Good evening, everyone. I'm Aji. So my question is, I know in Japan, the society is big on SDGs, sustainability and the likes. And so has there been, I mean, in your experience, do you think there is some form of, in terms of sales, when you're selling as a startup who is trying to solve maybe one of these SDG goals, and as well as maybe a startup who is doing some SAS, and all that, is there some form of difference in strategies, and how do you think the local governments, the prefectures, approach, these kind of startups, the ones who are focused on SDGs versus the ones who are focused on software as a service? Yeah.
Sure. We've only got a little bit of time, so I'm going to go pretty quick. SDGs, of course, there's a lot of awareness around it, and there are a lot of companies who are aligning their formal strategy with SDG and ESG initiatives. If you're looking to enter the market, your probably best play there is with the CVCs, because CVCs are essentially the outsourced R&D departments of these larger corporations. Japanese companies, of course, are risk adverse, and so it's difficult for them to do new plays. They spin up CVCs usually to try and essentially outsource innovation, right? So they're very receptive when it comes to SDG and ESG plays there. The question's a little hard to answer because it's very broad, right? There's a lot that goes into what is an SDG play. But I would add to that, your market fundamentals have to be solid, right? Nobody is going to buy a service just because of an SDG angle if there isn't a clear ROI. So you have to have your solid metrics in place. You have to have a good go-to-market strategy. You have to have a good sales function in place. Maybe I'll piggyback onto that. For any GTM strategy, I highly recommend a direct sales function. So you talked a little bit about partnerships and different ways of working with referral partners, distributors, reseller partners, and that kind of thing. In my experience, you always have to teach that or treat them as very top of funnel. You're always going to have to actually run your direct sales function yourself. So is that helpful? Does that answer the question? Okay.
Thank you so much. Ogura-san, a quick shout out from the Ogura-san, who is the partner. Maybe if Ogura-san gives more time to us, maybe we can accept more questions. Ogura-san. So maybe you can introduce the event and program.
Yeah, thank you so much for joining us today. My name is Tatsuo Ogura, program partner of Venture Cafe Tokyo. So today, Erdinch gave a really great lecture how to enter, as a startup into Japan, and we're gonna have like continued session on February 27th. We're gonna have Venture Cafe Global Gathering Tokyo 25. That's gonna be a much bigger event than usual Thursday gathering, but it's an expanded version of Thursday gathering. We're gonna have a whole bunch of speakers, good speakers from all over the world, and also we are running Pitch to Tokyo regional round currently in every Venture Cafe locations all over the world. So we're gonna have those winners from over 15, 18 locations of venture cafe plus several East Asian countries. So that's going to be exciting moment, and they're going to be a great opportunity for you guys to connect with those people from all over the world, or the venture cafe locations. So please come to our website, and we are open for register, sign up for this event. It's free of charge, and it's going to be longer than usual Thursday gathering, but absolutely was for coming to join. So please join us on February 27th, and
February 20th.
they're gonna have another session there. Exciting one.
Yeah, I'm going to gather together a panel plus couple of things, I guess, also. So very much looking forward to it, and then thanks so much for the opportunity. Meanwhile, so who's coming? Me? Yeah, I'm default, Who? Please bring at least 2 friends. Yaksoku? Yaksoku?
Yes, yes.
All right, February 27, and yeah,
Thank you
very
very
much
much.
looking forward to it. Do we still have time? All right, we can ask some questions. Gentlemen, you were also raising your hand earlier. That's why you can.
Hi, my name is Nick. I'm a Japan regional manager for Ethereum kind of event. It's supposed to be happening this summer. And I have a question about the data you showed that Japanese college students ranked one of the top in the world, but VC is not really involved in converting their technologies into the product. We're trying to have all the college students get involved in developing Ethereum technologies. How do we kind of do that? I mean,
Hackathons. Run hackathons is very useful, and the number of hackathons is very lacking here. If you look at the active ecosystems, hackathons are really popular. People get together and create projects. It's pretty useful. I mean, this is a kind of shortcut, easy event that everybody can do. Actually, that's my could be a suggestion to do.
I would add to that probably the best pathway to patents in the Japanese ecosystem is via universities. Most patents are filed by universities. And so if you tap into that potential, most of the professors will encourage anything that they think might be patentable. And recently in the startup ecosystem, people don't really talk about patents that much. We tend to talk about executing more so than creating this kind of legal moat around technology. But if you look at the success of economies by the number of patents registered, it actually is a really strong contributing factor. And it's it used to be one of the traditional strengths of the Japanese ecosystem. So it's definitely something that universities are aware of and they want to encourage. So around the Ethereum technology, if you can tap into the idea that anything that they're building, maybe through hackathons, could be patentable, it could contribute to the university's research, that taps into the established KPIs of both the professors and the universities.
all right, thanks so much.
Hi, I have a question. My name is Ariel. My company right now is the opposite of digital. It is analog. I work in healthcare. I'm a chiropractor. And so I've just opened my chiropractic practice here in Tokyo about 4 months ago. And yes, and so I'm learning a lot as I go. This is my third practice that I've built in my career, but the first one in Japan. And I've never sought out external funding before, but I am curious about that ecosystem here. I have no idea how to even go about looking for funding. And do you have any insight on the difference between a digital startup versus a brick and mortar like mine?
All right. How do I begin? So first off, to start up the company has to be ready for fundraising, even ready for seeking the capital, overall structure things. It doesn't have to be like on a digital company or tech based actually, but there has to be some sort of innovation. Something is creates marginal output, performs much better, efficient than other businesses. Maybe you could put together, I don't know, a platform with other chiropractors. Maybe you could create a brand out of this and bring all together all the other. You could be a leader on that. So this is something can be like we're looking for the businesses who can be really grow a lot, 1,000 times maybe, and effectively grow. It doesn't have to be like minus lose making growth. So your business needs to be ready for getting this um, funding. Plus, you need to show the way how you can make the business grow this much effectively with the marginal output. If you can convey this meaning, if you can communicate well, after that, maybe you should be talking with the investors because investors it's a really niche product actually. Only I guess like 3% or something like this startups able to get funding, and others maybe shouldn't even get funding actually. It might not be even a good thing if it is not suitable for you,
Yeah, I mean, I've always just focused on kind of a one-woman show, so to speak, and so I've never wanted external funding because it really wouldn't suit me, but there is such an opportunity here in Tokyo. I'm the only foreign woman chiropractor in the entire country, so there
That's actually-
is, yeah, from a business standpoint.
It's actually newsworthy. So you can find a way to grow your business. Maybe increase your pricing tickets or a number of customers or more people working under your practice. And actually, you have something newsworthy. Doesn't even have to be a startup. You can be really generate a lot of revenue and grow the company with this angle. Doesn't have to be venture backed, actually.
Yeah, so as an angel investor, which I do from time to time when I'm not running a startup, the ROI that an investor looks for has to be, considerably high and consistent every year, right? So you have to have, profit margins that continue to grow year over year. That's really very difficult to do in that type of business. So it wouldn't match the established format for like angel or institutional investing. But what I was thinking is we have a contact, Kanai-san. His website is kanaico.com. I'll give you the URL afterwards. But Kanai-san, what he does is essentially advise people on subsidies for starting businesses. So this type of business would be a perfect fit for these subsidies, which are usually government-backed subsidies to help people get started up with startups, which may not fit that sort of rocket ship growth potential, but still are essential. And thank you for your service, by the way. I owe so much to my chiropractor because he totally fixed my back last year. But yeah, it's the type of business that you're not going to have like $1 billion unicorn exit unless you maybe go into one of the business models that Erdinj was talking about there. But you would give away so much, right, to take on investment that's not usually very attractive. But a subsidy could be.
Cool, thank you.
All right, everyone. Thank you so much for the questions because they are also closing, but we can also, the overall event is closing actually. So I don't want to hold them so much to people who's working here. Really appreciated all the support and thank you so much for the opportunity for Venture Cafe. Thanks for everyone coming here. Okay. Let's get connected and we can also still talk outside while,